Hey, Decathlon gamer, welcome back to PCM23 Lions, episode 113. We're at the GP de Romandie, so the Giro of Romandie, the Tour of Romandie. I'm only going to feature three stages of it though: a prologue and a time trial, beginning and end, and one stage in between, which is going to be a mountain stage. So far, we're managing to get everyone put into kind of a certain window. Janssen, I was not paying close attention to get that micromanaged to get him exactly to that final meter, so he lost maybe a second or two on that. But otherwise, Tillahun's only a 70, and we managed to get him within 40 seconds and highly placed. I mean, he's 31st after about 100 riders. That being said, we're going to quickly make our way through those stages today, largely because I was tired and I procrastinated, and now I'm sitting here going, oh gosh, I'm kind of out of time. But just as important to that is the fact that I have the as Henhoek's riding with a -2. Bad draw for him. It is pouring rain, so I suppose it's not too big of a surprise that somebody, even at an 88, couldn't make it. And there's your one that's off the pace, but Henhoek isn't going to be our leader for this event anyway. Sammy Arab will. But beyond this race, as soon as we get to the end of it, we're going to fall into that period, into that stretch where the dossiers open up, and that is the second longest day of the year in terms of time consumption. January 1st, of course, the big prep day. Signing day is only the third longest day, really. Clote went a little too deep, no big deal. Still within 30 seconds. Great draw, +4 for Benny Messias. That should be a really good time that he's capable of putting in. He's got a 79 prologue, and prologue is all that matters today, really. It's like 99% prologue and 1% time trial rating. So unless there's, a 30-point difference between the two, it's not going to make any impact. Still only 21st. With the bonuses that everybody else has, it's going to put many of them into the 80s. But it's still a very good time, just 15 seconds down. It's a competitive time. Let's hope that Arab is able to do something similar. Maybe he's got a +1 or +2 today and can put in a competitive time. But the reason why it's the longest day is because it's the day where I go through and search nation by nation, look at every single rider in every single African nation, one by one, to check, because they evolve, they change on a yearly basis. And then there's the new 18-year-olds coming in, there's development over the course of the year. So throwing all those factors in together, I want a fresh take each and every season on who we can look to save and to sign. And with four guys out this year, four guys who have been a bust over the last couple of seasons, that really opens a window for some changeover. I mean, we're going to have four slots that we're looking to fill with new signings. So we are going to have to look very close, or I'm going to have to look very close, and I've gone too hard here. The 88 should get us caught up. It's a 79 here for Arab, and 17 seconds down. That's a perfectly competitive time. The next three stages are punchy. There's going to be time gaps, and I'm going to bypass quick sim so we can get to those last two key stages of this race. But it does mean we're not going to be in an ideal position. However, after one stage outside of Henhoek, I'd say the team is in a pretty ideal position. Voss and Johannesson are on top, same time, 6 seconds ahead of everybody else. Hungary was a 4-point nation, but no longer. With that stage victory for Voss, he has added 1 point for Hungary. They're now a 5-point nation. Mutoni fared well in stage number 2. Janssen and Arab not too far behind. So in the general, Mutoni's in the top 10. Arab, Janssen, and Biniam Messias are all within a minute. Stage 3, Arab and Biniam Messias have been the highest place this time. Mutoni is nowhere to be seen. Janssen is at 45 seconds down. There's Mutoni. He is at 45 seconds down. So that's going to shake things up. We're not in the top 10, but Arab's up to 13th, still at 101 down. Biniam Messias is in 16th. Matoni is a minute 15. Clote is at 2:02. So there are some guys here that can definitely score some points for us, but we still have one more stage to bypass. Arab in the group that lost a small amount of time, Janssen, Hanoch, and Clote in the group that lost half a minute, Matoni a little bit more than that with Binia Messias. So in the standings, before we go into the Queen stage, stage 5, before finishing on a mountain time trial, Arab is 11th, just a minute 17 down. Binia Messias is a minute 44. Matoni is decently placed, and Janssen is decently placed within 2 minutes. Clote is 2.5 down. Definitely a possibility with kind of whoever from that bunch, other than Arab being an obvious choice for leader. From the rest of them, whoever has the best race day condition could easily be the one battling it out for our second and or third position to try to help score some points for the team. After 3 simple, punchy stages, it should be pretty obvious why this is the Queen stage. Now, added to the difficulty of this is not just the 3 large climbs, 3 difficult climbs, but in addition, it is the length. It's not one of those 150, 160, or even 120k type stages, but it's still shorter than 200k. Putting it into that slightly shorter category means the expectation is that earlier, not necessarily later, we're going to see the tempo really lift. I was surprised actually that it didn't lift on that first climb. We got through that one fairly easy and without difficulty. If we can get through this one without difficulty, and that things are still easy by the top and we still have our whole team here, it is starting to get a little more challenging as we go through the first phase. The ascent eases off for a while here after we went through the first of 2 KOMs along this climb. Definitely some fatigue in the legs now. Peloton's shrinking. The front 6 have a 4.5 minute advantage. Contained in that group, Roland, Zimmerman, Hagens, and they're starting to split up. At least to my knowledge, not a major group, but Tillehun. If we can get through this with all but one rider, I'll still be pretty happy. I mean, that's a big positive sign that we'll have almost the whole team intact with a peloton that is shrinking. Going over the top, guys like Clote, Janssen, struggling to keep up. If anything, I'd love to see not Clote, but Clote and Janssen get split off. With where Clote is, he's at the back, and him splitting off doesn't do much good. There's only 8 other riders with him, and we did lose him. Janssen was close to the front. We would have been looking at a peloton suddenly of less than 30. I would have happily taken the loss of Janssen to be additionally the loss of 30 other riders. Didn't happen. He is just about hanging on here, and it's time to set this up. Hanoch, definitely not the leader today. We've got a big descent coming, so there's big recovery period here. A lot of fatigue. Janssen, come on, hang on, buddy. Here's a descent. This is when I need water, but I don't trust that we have the legs yet. First piece of the recovery coming. This climb's going to be hard. I think if he had water in his hand, he would have just completed the job for us, and I have a feeling he's about to go backwards. Group is thinning further. Tillehun goes down. Janssen out the back. First rider out the back, too. No, there was others. And there's some quality going out the back here, down to 46. Hanoch is too tired for this, so we'll pull up. Binia Messias. Yeah, it's got to be him, right? He'll get the water. I mean, it should be Hanoch, but Hanoch needs to recover. Small group. Shouldn't be too hard for Binia Messias to make a little acceleration here and get back towards the front. It's just a long descent, and oh yes, they lifted tempo just a little bit, and he made a nice little push there. A little closer. Almost done now. So we're down to 4 riders now at the front. We'll make a check just to see how difficult they are, but 248 plus a valley. Not a long one to get through, but still a valley. Alright, so we got Zimmerman, 77. Roland, 81. Buttermore, 73. Runner, a 76 mountain, but 80 medium mountain. 3 guys definitely have quality in that. Art's working at the front, 37 left. That's a sign that you got some quality in your team if you've got an 81 mountain guy who sits 4th overall pulling the group. Bermudez, that's why. He leads. That is why. Through the sprint point, halfway through the valley. And how did we do on recovery? Arab looks pretty good, but we've got to decide who our number 2 is. Got to support the 81 mountain, 79 stamina. Both plus 3s. Arab did get a -1, but it's his downhill, a -1. Only thing affected. The favorite to win, Carlos Rodriguez, has touched wheels with Motoni. He has gone down. He's got to make his way forward. Do so gently. Benny Messias, go ahead and protect him. That ever so slightly more energy when he's got less stamina and lesser ratings. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You still ride for Motoni even after the crash. Hanok, Gel, Arab start pushing a little bit harder to hold position. Motoni has recovered his position decently well. Front 4 are just 2:15 ahead, and we're halfway up the first climb, but pretty dang low on energy already. And I'm going to be down to 2 riders fairly soon. This is going to be a small group fairly soon. Riders are starting to drop out the back. 4 out. 5 out with Hanok. And we're seeing an acceleration, an attack of the first 4 challengers. But Vidadell, not worried about that. Godu. Stalker's 2nd overall. So that's going to put pressure on Jumbo Visma, and they've got lots of riders at the front. So let them burn through their firepower to control that. Arnaud Dalai, like, how is he here? 62 mountain. So he got a plus 35 or something? How is Vanderpool here? 63 mountain. Like, I don't understand how these guys are still here. Checking in again. 26 in the group. That's Zimmerman off the front. That was getting his fade. Arab's going to be solo for the final climb. But then that's still not the finish. Tony out the back. Down to 22. You can see just how quick they fall away. We're down to 3 riders at the It just brought the heart rate down, that's all. 23, acceleration. Nope. That just does not work. Button does nothing. Always does nothing. He wasn't attacking. There was no follow attack. And it's front 7. We just split off 12 riders, but now it's front 9. And we've caught the breakaway. This is the front 10. But do I have the firepower to follow, or is this just breakaway guys that I can't? I'm going to have to ride with Godu and Barry. Godu's got an 82. It's funny because it's definitely funny to me that oh no, now there's 15 guys that just caught us. And now we're outside of the top 20. Well, maybe just inside top 20. Yeah, that sucked that group caught and went right on past. No bonus for us. Everybody else has a +4 plus whatever their race day condition was. And it has hurt us, but nobody else was stronger than Arab even then. Even with there's no +5s and Matoni's +3, that 81, that 79, he was still weak. Like he was still struggling. Uh, the extra, the other ratings, the medium mountain, etc., was enough. But we are catching a runner. Bonamore from the break. Like, how did they ride away? 1.7k. Bermudez takes the win. Mataway, Barry, Bolche. I'm not worried about these guys beating me individually. This is about just trying to get the best time now. 16th on the stage for Sammy Arab. Disappointing. I thought we were riding for a top 10. Wasn't to be on that part, but he's still going to be in a fairly good position. Some of those guys were going to be well down the order. I think he'll be in the top 10. Matoni, further down, much bigger gap. He won't be anywhere near the top 20, top 10, but at 24th, he might be near top 20. So we should have two guys in position to earn decent points, but I think we're looking at no better than about 10th place here. Anyway, Godu. This being a French-made game, it's the only reason why his ratings always end up so high in this game, because he's a quality rider, and he plays PCM, by the way. He he's not the best climber in the world. He's a good puncher. He's a very good puncher, and he's got plenty of pace, and he is one of the better. He's a world-class rider, but he's not a world-class climber. Arab came in at 254 down. That's a bigger gap than I thought it was. Matoni was 634 down. That opened up real fast, and then it's 8 to 9 minutes for the next two guys. So Arab is 15th, so he's only one position above where he finished. That's surprising, and it's healthy gaps ahead of us, so he's not going to be any higher. Matoni, 24th, 832. Benia Messias, 1031. On to the last stage. So first test is our weakest climber, Tillahun. Can he ride an 85 on a 14k? First 4k is flat. After that, you begin climbing, setting his tempo to an 85. Looks like he is definitely spending energy faster than he can handle. So we're going to back off to an 83, see what that does for him. It's perfectly fine if he bonks out. It's all about the experimentation. Right now, this is about setting a tempo that they can just about maintain. That's only just slightly burning it faster, because the flat part, he's still burned faster. So I think our start point for Cloat is going to be like in 81. He got to 3k. He burned out the energy. 2.5k when he burned out the red bar. He'll be slow for the final 2.5k. It does flatten out a bit. That's going to be another thing to keep in mind. It's going to take some experimentation to get this right. Remy Cavagna just went top by 2 minutes, as Tillahun really lost a lot here. So keeping something in reserve is definitely going to be important. He lost a lot of time. Difficult thing about this stretch in the experimentation is we got 3 guys coming back to back to back. That's Cloat. We're going to try the 81 for him. It definitely conserves energy early. We're going to try an 80 for Janssen. Janssen, not a good time trialist, but he is a good climber. Well, okay climber. Hanok is a much better climber, but he's got really poor ratings today. We'll try a 79 for him. Who fares well? Cloat. Now climbing. So now he's expending more than he was on the flat. That's the thing. You conserve a little bit early. Ooh, Hanok, that's a -5 draw for him. 10 riders till we get to him. Matoni 15, Arab 24. So we'll have a little bit of time in between each of them. Cavagna still is leading, though the 2 minutes to ride Mullen, there's now 5 other riders in between, but none of them inside of a minute. Cloat, that 81, looking like it's not going to make it. So backing off to a 79 from there. It would be nice if there was, time checks along the way to help. But I suppose it's only 14k. Cloat already almost to the neutral point. But that red bar Like, can't do it from 2.5K out. He's at 4.5 right now. But if you can do it late, you just might make it. Benny Messias has set off, and we're going to try setting him to a 78 from the get. Janssen is still riding a 79. Hanoke still better than neutral, even with his -5. 1K, and it's about to flatten out. We ran out in half a kilometer with Tillahun, but this is flatter. And that's going to make it. Close. Fourth place. 59 seconds down. 79. Benny Messias, 79. And Matoni. I think that 79 might just about work. 400 meters, Janssen. Final push for him. 19th, 242 down. But he's a terrible time trialist. That was part of that. Arua Berena just went top by 11 seconds. Fred Wright and Jorgensen both showing up in the standings. And Noak, his final push, 355 down for him. He's got a +1 today. Time trial, though, 77. Be better than some, but it's going to be hard for him to make forward progress. Attacking Benny Messias, 23rd, 210. 2K from Matoni. Pushing harder. Arts, who's got like an 83 mountain or something like that, just went top. Johannes Dalek, remember, he's got like a 79 time trial. He just went second. Oh, that would have been awesome if he had won. 1K for Matoni. Attacking, and 13th, right behind Clote. 2 seconds behind Clote. Arab, still 4K to go. We pushed harder earlier with him, so spreading out that tempo over the long haul. But we're going to go 81 now. He's still got a positive balance with 3.5K to go. But at 1K, we still have not burned through that yellow bar. So really pushing on now. Really pushing on. 700 meters. Attacking to the finish line. We passed the guy ahead of us and got third. 46 seconds. Sammy Arab. That's a great time. 3 seconds behind Johannes Dalek, though. Van Veenendaal. He was at 3 minutes. The two guys here are the only ones that you have a chance to really catch. 30th, 240. We gained like 2 minutes on him. I think that's enough. We're going to move up quite a bit with Arab. We're going to move up. This was a really strong performance from him. All it took was a +1. Gonzalez just went second. O'Connor just went third. So now it's two guys in the top 5, neither on the podium. Well, 2 Africans in the top 5. Here's Barry, 4th overall. Stalker, last 3 riders. Stalker has overtaken Mataway. And Bermudez, who's leading the race, just won the stage. So he's clearly won overall. Arab ended up 9th on the stage, but half of those riders around us were well down the standings. So Arab's going to move up a bit. The general classification, we should see him in not in the top 10. I thought he might crack the top 10. He does not. Godu drops all the way to 9th, but we don't crack the top 10. I would imagine we're 11th or 12th in. Bermuda Stalker, Barry win the race. And podium. Roland gets the KOM. Bermudez gets the points. And the young rider classification, we were 6th. Team classification, 5th best. So after a 9th on the stage, Sammy Arab moved into 12th place overall, just a handful of seconds behind Prigent. He's got a 78 mountain, but nothing else. And I'm assuming he lost a ton of time. But if he was only 2 minutes down and lost 3 minutes, and well, do the math, right? We still wouldn't overtake him, and that was the problem. It was going to be hard to go forward really at all. So the fact that we managed to move up a few spots is good. Matoni moves up just 2 spots to 22nd. Benia Messias actually drops 2 spots to 31st, and it's Johannes Dalek who overtook him. You can see he's well down overall. He is still a puncher and still a strong time trialist. Not the 79, he's the 77. He does have an 82 downhill, though. He probably had a positive race day condition, but even if he didn't, he's still carrying, well, with those kind of ratings, he's carrying +3s on everything. You put him on another team, and he gets better. Decent result from the team. Not a top 10, though, so I'd say on balance, could have gone better. But we quicksimmed 3 punchy stages and clearly lost time. We had no one in the top 10 then. And we hit the mountains, and Arab on the Queen stage had a -1 race day condition. No one else in the field was close enough to his tier of climbability that even with our couple guys that had +3s, none of them could challenge Arab and his quality. And I don't know. Maybe we could have ridden for Matoni, but Matoni wasn't well placed and didn't do well, and not a good time trialist, and so he was only going to do so well himself, right? Anyway, okay race, we'll say on that one. But next up for me is that searching nation by nation, rider by rider. A lot of work ahead of me on that one before we get to the Giro. Well, there is one more classic race in between here and there that we will navigate first, but we will definitely enter the Giro next episode. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.